Hello, guys. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, whatever the date and time that you're actually watching it. This video, make sure to watch this because this is very important to your subject ethics. So last time we discussed about the ethical frameworks. Today we will be discussing a new topic to our final term. We have the globalization as a challenge to ethics. So when we say globalization, class, it has something to do with the borderless connection. It has something to do with the interconnection of countries in economics, in politics, in technology, and even in culture and in society. So this means that globalization is the contemporary change that we are actually facing right now. So allow me to present my screen. Okay, let me share my screen to you for you to be able. Okay, so our new topic will be globalization and pluralism, and new challenges in ethics. So we have here a new topic for this final term about globalization and pluralism. I'm pretty sure that they already done with your the contemporary world, and globalization is the primary topic that being discussed in the contemporary world. Globalization class, as I've mentioning a while ago, is the process of interconnection of countries in terms of economics, politics, and of course, technology and culture. So these four types of globalization contributes to the challenges in ethics. But when we say challenges, it is not about problems eh. It is about the encounter that we are facing, 'di ba? In challenges, we learn something, we become better, and so with ethics. Ethics is being developed because of globalization and pluralism. When we say pluralism naman class, it has something to do with the diversity, the individualism, the differences of individuals. So that is pluralism. So we should not, okay. Globalization impact. In our slide here, class, it has mentioned that the erosion of national boundaries, then the reduce of significance of national government is the globalization impact and the moving from a world with borders to a world without. Globalization promotes borderless connection between countries. And from these factors, we have transnational corporation. When we see transnational corporation class as an impact of globalization, it has something to do with the international products that are coming into the national boundaries of a certain country. Example, McDonald's. It is an international brand was uh, that is very well known here in the Philippines. And actually, TNCs and MTCs increased its number after the World War II. And because of the growth of capitalism as a influence in economic in market, 'di ba? We are actually experiencing capitalism or the free market system wherein international brands are welcome here in the Philippines to make some branches here and such. Next is intergovernment organization like UN. Class take note that UN and other international organizations such as ASEAN, OPEC, EU, NATO, these international governmental organizations are manifestations of the impact of globalization. Ano ba yung primary? reason bakit nagawa ang UN. It is because UN want to connect countries from around the world. There are 193 member states of United Nations and two are not included here. Kasi 195 yung countries sa world eh. So, two are not included. Diba? 193 yung nations natin. And next is non-governmental organization or NGOs such as environment movements. Okay din, may ilalagay din natin ang World Health Organization dito, di ba? And UNICEF, we have the Greenpeace that caters environmental movements. Okay, next slide. We have here interpretations of globalization. When we say globalization, it can be interpreted in 5 different ways according sa ating slide. First is internationalization. When we say internationalization class, based on our definition, it is about the cross-border relations between countries, which includes in trade, finance, and communication. When we say cross-border class, when you talk of going international, of course, you are crossing borders. And one of the impact of globalization today is to become well known internationally and to promote the borderless or the cross-border connection between countries. Kasi ang liberalization naman, from the second interpretation, we say liberalization, freedom ang liberal, right? Liberals means freedom. That means that the openness and the borderless world economy. When we say openness, the economy of every country is very open because of capitalism as a form of economic market. Open na po ang mga borders ng countries to accept different international products and corporation. Next is universalization. When we say universalization as an interpretation of globalization, we have this common denominator na sinasabi that we are living in synthesis, we are living in uniformity because we follow a certain standard. In education class, we follow ASEAN qualification standard. That means that we are into universalization of qualification of professionals. Diba? Next is modernization or westernization. When we say modernization, diba, ito yung pagkakaroon ng modernity, advancement in different manners such as in science, in our market, even in the movies, in the music, diba? We have the very famous today. We are being influenced by the very famous Taylor Swift herself with her new produced music, the album TTPD, right? Okay, when we say westernization, the same is which with our example, Taylor Swift, we are being influenced by Western ideas, Western culture, and Western influences. Next is that deterritorialization. Means that in highly globalized world, the social space is no longer wholly mapped in terms of territorial places and borders. Corporation and non-government organizations transcend local geographic constraint. That means that we are no longer isolating ourselves from the world. Actually, the Philippines is very open now with other countries in terms of tourism. And this is a manifestation of deterioration, right? Wag naman to the point na ini-invade na tayo ng other countries. That's another problem or issue that is very much needed to be, focused on. Okay, these are the 5 interpretation of globalization. Next is we have the reasons for globalization. First is improved transportation. When we say improved transportation class, gone are those days during the time of Rizal, they only use kalesa as a form of transportation and barko, right? Or ships. But today we are actually using a highly advanced technology in transportation. Recently, meron tayong hindi ko alam yung group of scientists and engineers. They wanted to go to the deeper seas, right? Pero their experiment in using submarine is a failure kasi nag-sink yung submarine and lahat ng nakasakay sa loob ng submarine ay nategi, 'di ba? Nategi sila. Next is freedom of trade. Globalization, globalization reason, one of the reasons of globalization class is the freedom of trade. Before, the first trade happened in the world was actually the galleon trade, the Manila Acapulco galleon trade in 1565. And that was the pioneer in world trade. Until today, we are actually having the freedom of trade from different countries. We export products. At the same time, we import products from them. Improve communication, di ba? Example ito, very basic. Dati, telegrama lamang. Ngayon, class, we have the fastest way of connecting people through email, through Messenger, WeChat, Face Facebook, and other social media, social media and networking sites. Next is labor availability and skills. We are in globalization class, nagkakaroon ng opportunities ang mga laborers to go abroad to seek for greener pasture. Of course, we have also the BPO industry. That is a very good example of labor availability. And the reason behind globalization is them outsourcing, right? Okay, I hope you understood. Now let's see the moral challenges of globalization. Sabi dito, along with the globalization comes ethical and moral issues. If the values of people, particularly moral values, are influenced by culture, then globalization, where people are exposed to new ways of doing things, further enhances moral development, particularly global and moral consciousness. Take note, class, as we advance, we also need to be advanced in terms of our moral consciousness. Uh, Ngayon, class, it's just sad that nagde-decline na yung mga paniniwala natin sa supernatural beings, sa religion. Dumadami na po ang hindi nakiki-involve sa religious matters because they believe that, uh, di ba, nawiwirtuhan yung iba antichrist, which is one of the downside of globalization. We are being exposed with different ideas from around the world to the fact that our consciousness in our morals are being deteriorated. The challenge lies in the willingness of people used to thinking and assessing things within a smaller context to adjust to a wider worldview. Yeah, it is today it is hard for us to adjust into a wider perspective because of the presence of globalization, because of the advancements of technology and the presence of social media. We are being exposed to different point of views, to different worldview na somehow nakaka-apekto sa ating moralidad. For instance, the Filipino kami or tayo mentality, which implies groupings within the confines of family, barangay municipality will become global kami or tayo. Yes, from the perspective of local, yung kami-kami lang, yung family or bloodline or kinship based only, we have to apply this in the larger area. We have to globalize ourselves. We have to become global citizens, which is very mahirap ha in dealing with this. That's why it is very important to, make ourselves be culturally relativist in nature instead of employing ethnocentrism and xenocentrism. We have to adjust ourselves. We have to adjust our morality. The challenges that we are facing in globalization is the adjustment of our moral consciousness into the wider perspective. Kasi class, we must learn to tolerate each other's differences. And if we learn to tolerate each other's differences, we could create a world where negativity could not foster. Wow, Miss Universe, Catriona Gray. We could create a world that is being, diverse in nature, but but a world that has one goal, and that is to become united. Ay naman. Bongga yung ganun, di ba? Okay. We have to follow the global ethics na sinasabi. What is global ethics? It is concerned with critical ethical inquiry into nature and justification of values and norms that are global in kind and into the various issues that arise, such as world poverty, international aid, environmental problem, peace and security, intervention of human rights, gender equality, child labor, and so on and so forth. Global ethics class is important element in dealing with global issues such as poverty. Why do we need to employ global ethics? Global ethics is inclusive in nature, wherein we have to follow universal common laws about ethics because ethics is universally accepted. And if it is applied in global perspective, then we could avoid this kind of problems na very rampant in today's situation. It's just sad and unfortunate that we are actually witnessing wars in Middle East, particularly Palestine, and of course we have the Israel. Um, medyo ano lang no, yung ganong bagay nakakalungkot na hindi nadadaan sa global ethics kundi pinapaira nila ang kanilang greediness and but because of this, we have to that's why it is very important to learn this kind of topics. Na kahit man di nyo ma-learn even though we cannot learn into, more specific way, we cannot learn more on technicality of this topic in global ethics. At least we are learning to apply this into our real life, which is the most important part of learning. Because learning is a change behavior indeed. So we have here global problems that require ethical consideration. First is global poverty. When we say global poverty class, it has something to do with, the poverty, the hunger that is happening in global perspective. In the Philippines, kahit di natin pumunta ng global perspective, we are actually experiencing hunger and poverty right now because first, we have an incompetent government, diba? Second, my gosh, the prices are inflated. And third, we are experiencing global warming. El Nino. Kakaunti ang palay na nasasaka. Kakaunti ang mga tanim na nasasaka because of this El Nino that we are facing. Imagine the heat index will be expected to rise for at least 50 degrees Celsius heat index yun ah. Oh my God, that is actually deadly. Diba? That's why it is important to us to, you know, be awakened that today is not the end of a story, that we have to plant more trees, we have to take care of our environment. Next is migration. Migration class is the process of moving of people from one place to another, may it be local or international, or may it be permanent or temporary. Why global problem ito? If there is imbalanced migration between countries, such as if, for example, nangyari sa Tugigaraw ngayon that they were accusing the Tugigaraw government that we are tolerating Chinese people to enter here, and if imbalance na yung pagpunta na dito, baka may hidden agenda na nagbabalak, baka we are actually silently invaded by other countries, di ba? Nakakasad yung ganun. Next is environmental ethics. When we say environmental ethics naman, class, it has something to do with the deterioration of our environment. Why is it a problem? Plus, a man can't live without earth or the environment, but the earth can live without the man. What I'm trying to say is that we are actually experiencing the wrath of the global warming and climate change, and it is imperative to us. It is very hypercritical to us to become catalysts of change in our environment. As a future educators, what one of the 17 SDGs class is yung life on land and life on earth. Actually, dalawa yun. And dami-dami pa. Di ba? Ang dami-dami pang sa SDG natin sa ating contemporary world. And environmental ethics class is a branch of ethics that talks about environment. We have business ethics kapag business naman, di ba? But environmental ethics is very important in taking care of our environment. Next is pluralism and fundamentalism. What is pluralism? Pluralism class is yung differences between people, the uniqueness of every person. Why do we think that differences and diversity is a problem? It is diversity. It is a problem if the diversity is not being tolerated. If we tend to view ourselves higher than other people, and if we tend to view ourselves inferior than other people, then that is the problem. What matter, class, is we learn to accept each other's differences, and we have to strengthen that differences to become an edge, to become more united. And fundamentalism naman, class, ito yung ayaw natin umalis sa nakaraan. We want the fundamentals to be part of ourselves. We do not want change. We are perennialistic and we have to stick with essentialism as our theory, di ba? As our philosophy of life. Na mas gusto natin ang basic, mas gusto natin ang classic, mas gusto natin ang never changing. We are allergic to change kapag fundamentalism tayo. So, yun lang naman, class, ang problem na nangyayari sa atin sa globalization as a issue or problem in ethics. We have here the positive consequences of globalization, access to wider variety of goods and services. Of course, the more the products are being imported or being settled here in the Philippines, mas madaming goods ang pagpipiliin natin. Lower prices. Yeah, relatively lower in general ha. Ang mga prices today kesa noon. 'Di ba? Noon kasi sobrang mahal ng textile and everything. But ngayon, because of the factories that are present, because of the advancement of technology that can actually create more than a one person could, more and better paying jobs, because outsourcing, the BPO industry, factory industry, di ba? Improve health, yeah, mas madami tayong invention ngayon, di ba? Penicillin was invented because of the globalization. And if there are more inventions, and then there are more changes. Improve health, higher overall living standard, and merging historic distinct and separate national markets into one huge global marketplace. That means that instead of separating ourselves and we view ourselves as fragmented part of the world, we are actually connecting ourselves to other country and making the whole world as a global market. Can you understand? Of course, behind this very good, positive consequences of globalization, there lies these negative ones. First is it operates mostly in interest of the richest countries, which continue to dominate world trade and expenses of developing countries. That means that the less economically developed countries are being left behind or neglected. Ang mga mayayaman ay patuloy na mayaman at ang mahihirap ay patuloy na naghihirap. Kawawa naman ang ating mga mahihirap, 'di ba? There are no guarantees that wealth from inward investment will benefit local communities. Of course, absence of strictly enforced international law that the NCs may operate in LEDCs in a way that would not allow an MEDC. They may pollute the environment, run risks with safety, and impose poor working conditions and low wages on local workers. Why is it a problem, ang globalization na tinitingnan dito? Kasi class, kapag we have here the forced work, child labors na tinatawag, forced labor, yung poor working condition na parang ginagawang alipin ng mga workers, which is sad, di ba, on the part of the workers. And this actually happened in capitalistic countries more. Okay. Last, next, globalization is viewed as many threat to the world cultural diversity. And lastly, industries may begin to thrive LDs in the expense of jobs manufacturing UK and other many, especially in textile. Always remember, class, that there's um the mother of all invention is necessity. If we do not let ourselves to change, then if we are allergic to change, then we cannot go further. What I'm trying to say that globalization develops our world, continuously developing our world into becoming a interconnected one. And this kind of change requires ethical standard, and it requires a global ethics na sinasabi. I want to reiterate to everyone that globalization is not a problem. It is the way we handle it lang, huh? And if we handle it in with moral with application of our moral perspective, with application of ethical studies and such, then we could have an amazing world that is very globalized, interconnected, and that could tolerate diversity. And that diversity could contribute to the strength of each other. So without further ado, I will be ending this lecture. And if there are any question you want to raise, just message my account in Facebook, in Instagram, or in Messenger, or in email. Just yeah, or in our group chat if you want. And that's it for today. I'll be stop sharing now so that you could see me clear. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great, great day ahead. Bye.